Hello my students. Yes, it is me again, Madam Gracious Kanzieni from Educare, Tanzania. Welcome for continuation of our session. Our subject, we are proceeding with chemistry and the class level form 2. And it is amazing that we are proceeding with our topic of water concepts, and we have already covered the occurrence and the nature of the water. We have already seen about the water cycle. Now, today we are going to see about the water cycle and environmental conservation, as well as their properties of water. So, welcome to start our session. In water cycle and the environmental conservation, here we are going to see the different concepts katika water cycle, katika uhusiano wa water cycle na utunzaji wa mazingira au mazingira na water cycle in general. Concept ya kwanza ambayo tutaanza nayo ni water bodies. Environment degradation destroy the quality of water in the sources, kwamba ule uharibifu wa mazingira unapelekea uharibifu pia wa vyanzo vya maji. Different practices such as marine dumping, mining activity, of fossil fuel, urban development, use of fertilizers and pesticides lead to water pollution, kwamba baadhi ya vitendo kama marine dumping, kutupa matakataka kwenye vyanzo vya maji, mining activity, shughuli za uchimbaji madini, burning of fossil fuel, uchomaji wa hizi fossils, vilevile katika urban development, kwa sababu katika urban development ina maana kuna vitendo vingi vinafanyika vya uchafuzi wa mazingira, kama the urban will tend to develop. So another is fertilizers and pesticides, mbolea zinazotumika na chemicals zinazotumika katika shughuli za kilimo. Zote hizi practices zinapelekea uchafuzi wa maji. It tend to lead the water pollution. So, water pollution may occur due to the input of the soluble and insoluble substance, kwamba uchafuzi wa maji unaweza ukatokea katika ile kuweka vitu ambavyo ni soluble au ni insoluble. Yaani unakuta kuna zile takataka nyingine zina dissolve kwenye maji na zinapelekea pollutant to the water, but also some of them are insoluble. For example, you can see this picture. This is the water source. Tunaweza tukasema hii ni bahari, but you can see there is deposition of materials here which are insoluble. Haya material ni insoluble, ina maana yanaonekana kabisa kwamba kwenye maji yani maji kama uchafu, yana act as a pollutant kwa sababu yamekuwa deposited here. So you can see kama haya yapo, mean that kuna mengine yamekuwa deposited but are soluble. So actually or directly this water will be polluted. Utakuwa na uchafu au uchafuzi wa maji. Another concept or aspect in relation of water cycle and environmental conservation, here we are going to see about water vapor and the pollutants. The pollutants and the water vapor. How the pollutant and the water vapor lead to the environmental degradation. Water evaporates from different sources of water bodies to form the water vapor in the atmosphere, kwamba maji ya evaporate katika vyanzo mbalimbali vya maji kama vile ocean, lake, water, kupelekea formation ya water vapor. As you can see, gases such as sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide and carbon dioxide combine with water vapor to form fog, which make visibility difficult. Hii ndo tatizo la katika water cycle and environmental conservation inapotokea, kwamba katika water system au water sources evaporation ina take place, then water vapor inakuwa produced, lakini at the same time kuna gesi ambazo zishakuwa produced kwenye atmosphere ambazo ni sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide gas. This gas tend to react with water vapor, and once they react zinapelekea formation of fog, and fog means here we are going to see the difficulty in visibility kwenye earth surface. Another aspect where we have to discuss in this part of water cycle and environmental conservation is acidic rain. Acidic rain tunaongelea ile harmful rainfall ambayo inatokea ikiwa na large amount of acidic ambayo actually it's going to kill the life of the marine organism and other things on the earth surface. Acidic gases such as sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide and nitrogen dioxide react with water vapor to form acidic rain, kwamba hizi acidic gas ambazo actually ni sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide na nitrogen dioxide zina react na water vapor to form acidic rain. Acidic rain kills the plants, animal and all other living things in water bodies. Kwamba tukiongelea these living things kwenye water bodies, we are talking about all marine organisms and other microorganisms found in the water bodies. Acidic rain also accelerates the destruction of building materials like iron sheets and paints, kwamba acidic rain pia ikiwa contact with the materials, building materials, for example paints zilizopakwa rangi, vile iron sheets, mabati haya, so directly it accelerates the destruction, inapelekea uharibifu wa vile vitu. Okay, after looking this aspect of water bodies, acidic rainfall and water vapor and pollutants is a relationship of the water cycle and environmental conservation. Now, let us see the conservation measures to be taken so as to avoid those problem accelerated between the relationship between water and the environment. Water bodies should not be contaminated with pollutants, so that following should be done, kwamba water bodies ili ziepukane na zile contaminations, ule uchafuzi, uharibifu, lazima vitu vifuatavyo vifanyike. Cha kwanza ni kwamba waste should be treated, recycled and disposed of accordingly, kwamba uchafu ule lazima uwe treated, pia uwe recycled, kuwe na ile recycling. Kwa mfano tuchukulie zile insoluble substances ambazo ukizidispose kwenye water zinakuwa actually zina act as a pollutant kwa sababu dissolve anyway, so unaweza zikawa recycled. Kwa mfano kuna ile recycling process ya bottles, zile bottles zikishatumika, instead of dumping each other or dumping to the water bodies, they can be recycled for another use or to use it again and again. So wastes should be recycled and disposed of accordingly, kwamba kuwe na systematic way of disposing or storing those wastes. Also the industrial and domestic discharge should be limited, kwamba ule uchafu wa viwandani, domestic purposes, shughuli za nyumbani za kila siku, those wastes should be discharged should be limited, kwamba kuwe na ile limit ya kuzidampu zile takataka, isiwe tu zinadampiwa, no, kuwe na limit ya kuzidampu, na zikiwa tayari zishakuwa treated or in other way can be recycled like that. But another measure which can be taken is all about these gases. These gas wastes should be treated or recycled instead of emitting them direct into the atmosphere. Kwamba you can see in car car engine, kuna zile gesi ambazo zinakuwa exposed carbon monoxide. So those gases should be treated instead of allow them to be emitted directly on the air surface. How? You can see kwenye magari kule kuna zile absorbers wanaziweka kule ili ku trap zile direct hydrocarbons zisipass through the atmosphere. Ndio maana unaona zile gases zinakuwa produced from the car engines zinakuwa in very limit or minimum low katika atmosphere, kwa sababu washazi limit. They don't allow direct emitting on the air surface, kwa sababu itapelekea formation ya hizo gases, itapelekea fogs, itapelekea madhara katika atmosphere. So that is how we can conserve our environment like that. Now let us see about the properties of water. Water has its physical and chemical properties. Kwamba water ina physical na chemical property. Physical properties involve aspects such as color, taste and smell. Kwamba physical tunaongelea vile vitu ambavyo it is physical, you can see them, au we can say this, yani tunaweza tukakiona tukasema hiki kipo hivi kipo hivi. Those are physical properties. They also include melting, freezing and boiling point. Kwamba katika physical property pia kuna issues za melting, boiling na freezing point. But the chemical properties involve the behavior of water when it's active with other substances. Hapa tunaongelea katika reaction. Kwamba hii hapa tunaangalia ile tabia ya maji kureact na substance nyingine, behavior. This is chemical. Chemical. So that is what we call it, chemical properties. Okay, let us see the properties of water. The water has its physical properties and chemical properties. And when we talk about physical properties, we are talking about those characteristics which can be physical, observed, or we can see this and this. Kwamba tunaweza kabisa tukaona kwamba hiki kipo hivi na hiki kipo hivi. No any chemical involved in physical property. And the physical property involve aspects such as color. Color tunaweza tukaiona kwamba rangi ipo hivi na hivi. Taste, kwamba tunaweza tukatest ladha. Pia smell, tunaweza tukanusa. Also they includes melting, freezing and boiling point. Hiyo ni physical properties. Lakini tunapoongelea chemical properties means that there is chemical reaction involved. So here we are going to see how water react with the other substance. Is all about physical properties. Now let us start with the physical properties of water. The first is it is colorless, tasteless and odorless. Kama tulivyoona kwamba water yenyewe ni colorless. Hatuwezi kusema kwamba water ina rangi ya kijani, ina rangi so it is colorless. Vile vile ni tasteless. Also at the same it is odorless. Another property, physical property of water, it is the only one substance that occurs in all three states of matter. Kwamba ndio substance pekee ambayo inatokea katika all three states of matter. Particular states of matter tuna katika liquid state, solid state na gaseous state. Na tuliona kwenye occurrence na nature ya water. Tuliona kwamba water inaokaa katika liquid state ambapo tunaona rains. Pia tuliona inatokea katika solid state, tunaona kuna haze, yale mabarafu, kuna ice, kuna glaciers. Pia tuliona kuna katika gaseous state ambayo tuliona katika water vapor. So the water is the only substance which occur in all three states of matter. Another physical property is that pure water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius and boil at 100 degrees Celsius at standard pressure. Kwamba pure water, maji ambayo ni pure, yanakuwa na freeze katika joto, nyuzi joto ya 0 degree Celsius, na yana boil au yanachemka katika nyuzi joto ya 100 degree or Celsius, lakini katika standard pressure, ambayo standard pressure ni 1 atmosphere, at 1 atmosphere. Also, the water, it expands when it freezes. Means volume increase, therefore ice is less denser than liquid water. Kwamba sifa nyingine ya water ni kwamba yenyewe ina expand when it freezes, kwamba the volume tend to increase. Particularly this you can try to demonstrate at home. For example, kachukue maji kaweke kwenye fridge, yataganda. Yakishaganda ile maji yatakuwa in form of soda ambayo ni ice, yatakuwa yameform lile barafu. Lile barafu lichukue tena, liweke sehemu, likiyeyuka their volume tend to increase. But not also that, chukua tena ile barafu, liweke kwenye water liquid. Normal, chukua maji mengine ya kawaida ambayo ni sio ya barafu, liweke mle. So it tend to have less denser, inakuwa ni ndogo kiasi kwamba linaelea juu baada ya kuzama. Also, it is called universal solvent. Why universal solvent? Because it dissolves many substances than other liquids. Kwamba water yenyewe ni universal solvent. When we say something is universal, it means can dissolve a lot of substances. Kila substance, yani substance nyingi zinaweza zikawa dissolved humo au kupitia water. So it is universal substance ambayo it tend to dissolve a lot of substance than other liquid. Another, it has a high surface tension. When we talk about the surface tension, means that we are talking about the cohesion force, which tend to hold those water molecules together. Maji unayoona ni very difficult maji kutawanyika hivi kwa sababu yanakuwa compressed together. What make it to have those surface tension ambayo yanaweza yakawa closed together au compressed together ni uwepo wa force au wa tension ambayo ni cohesive force. It tend to hold those molecules of water together. Ndio maana unaona maji hata ukiyaweka kwenye kikombe au ukiyaweka kwenye any container, they are held together. It's difficult to say you can separate it. No. Also, it has high specific heat capacity. This means that it can absorb a lot of heat before it get hot. Yani kabla haijawa hot, water tend to absorb a lot of heat. And you can see the degree Celsius of boiling, it is up to 100 Celsius. Temperature yake inakuwa ni kubwa sana kwa sababu yenyewe ina high specific heat capacity. Another physical properties of water is it is immiscible with many liquids. When we talk about miscible ni kwamba it can dissolve with other liquids, I mean completely. For example, of liquid which are completely mixed in water include ethanol, pombe. Pombe, ukichukua pombe na maji, actually they are completely dissolved. No formation of layer, completely dissolved. Another is acetone, acetonitrile, and methanol. Now, let us see the chemical properties of water. Chemical properties of water, tumesema tunaongelea chemical reaction occur between water with the other substance. The first is pure water is neutral at room temperature, whereby it is neither acidic nor basic. Kwamba at room temperature water, pure water inakuwa ni neutral. We can't measure acidic strength or basic strength, which is neutral in nature. Another is cold water react with some metal to form metal hydroxide and liberate hydrogen gas. Kwamba water ina react na baadhi ya metal kuform the metal hydroxide pia na liberate au kuzalisha hydrogen gas. Example, cold water plus potassium. This is water ambayo ni cold water ina react na some metal, for example potassium. Tunaenda kupata potassium hydroxide plus hydrogen. So you can see the hydrogen gas is liberated after this cold water react with the metal of potassium. Another is calcium and the cold water. The same product will be formed. We are going to have the metal of hydroxide, which is calcium hydroxide here, and also we are going to liberate the hydrogen gas. As you can see in our reaction, this is calcium, this is water, cold water. Now we are going to have the hydroxide of our calcium and the hydrogen gas is liberated. Another is the steam can react with some metal to give the respective metal oxide and the hydrogen gas. When we are talking about steam here, we are talking about the water vapor. So water vapor can react with some metals, so as you can have the metal of oxide and the liberation of hydrogen gas. Consider the reaction below. This is zinc, this is water vapor, and we have to have the zinc of oxide and the hydrogen gas. As you can see, our metal, and this is the water, but in form of gas. Means we are talking about steam or water vapor. We are going to have zinc oxide and the hydrogen gas. Another chemical property is other chemicals which can react with water include blue cobalt-2 chloride and white anhydrous copper-2 sulfate. This is the other chemicals which tend to react with water. For instance, when cobalt-2 chloride exposed to water, it changes from blue to pinky. And when white anhydrous copper-2 sulfate exposed to water, it dissolves to give a blue solution. Kwamba hizi ni reaction nyingine ambazo zina react na water na kuleta matokeo hayo hapo, kwamba cobalt-2 chloride ikiwa exposed au kireact na water, tunaenda kuona mabadiliko from changes of color from blue to pink. Wakati white anhydrous copper-2, we are going to see the blue solution. Note, blue cobalt-2 chloride and white anhydrous copper-2 sulfate are used as a chemical test of water in a particular substance. Kumbe, chemical test of water is cobalt-2 chloride and white anhydrous copper-2 sulfate. These are used as a chemical test of water. So, we can able to determine from certain or a particular substance presence of water, or we can test the water katika substance fulani kupitia these reactions. So make it or keep it in your mind that cobalt-2 chloride and the white anhydrous copper-2 ndio chemicals ambazo zinatumika kutesti water. So ukiuliza testi what are the chemical test of water, direct you will have the answer kwamba ni cobalt-2 chloride and white anhydrous copper-2 sulfate. Now my student, after looking the whole concept of chemical properties of water, now we can see the task here. From Form 2 students wanted to test the presence of water in a known compound using hydrated copper-2 sulfate. A small amount of hydrated copper-2 sulfate was placed on a watch glass followed by addition of few drops of the unknown compound. There was no change in the color observed. Now the question is, why was there no changes in the color of the hydrated copper 2 sulfate. Why? And another question to ask you from this student is, name 2 substances that could be used to place off the hydrated copper 2 sulfate to observe the required color change. And another question is, describe the physical properties of water. Thank you for watching. This marks the end of our session today. Stay tuned, Educare TZ, for more learning content.